Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we headed off to the final raid set of the Nier raids, the Tower of Paradigm's Breach. Lots of stuff happens, lots of bad news went around, and we unlocked the weekly quests where we can further continue with the story of it. Now, I'm gonna say this, since those are weekly quests, those weekly quests are gonna be recorded, and then once I've actually gone through them all, recorded all of them, I'm gonna be throwing them all into one video, and then throwing that up on YouTube. I have no idea when that video is going to come out, as this will take several weeks. So I just wanted to point that out. So if you're looking for continuation, or if you're looking to see what the end of the Nier story, it ain't gonna happen for a while. So with that being said, we are now ready to proceed with the story. So Tataru, what's going on with you, lass? Cecilla, God, it's good to see you. Hope you're being here means you've had your fill of rest. Not much of Sworded Wings. It's truth to be told. You're too selfless. That's your problem. But you'll be no good to anyone if you don't take a break every once in a while. Anyway, not much has happened since your last visit. I had planned for you to meet with that helper I told you about, but he refuses to answer his link pearl. I do hope he's alright. We've been exchanging messages with the Eorzean Alliance throughout, though. They say the fighting has finally stopped at the Gimlet Dart, and that the Empire has shown no sign of movement. Which means we might actually have a moment to ourselves for a change. Seeing as you're back, maybe you could tell me more about your time in the First? Great! Oh, and if you don't mind, I'd like to ask Philemon to join us. She'll want to know what happened to Minfilia, and I think it's best she hears it from you. We'll meet here. You'll meet on the terrace of the House of Splendors. That's right. Have we actually debriefed her about our whole adventure? Wonder how they're gonna react when we tell them that we're literally at death's door. All right, let's go have some nice tea time. Nice little relaxing talk for a change. Cecilla, my, it has been too long. Tatara did mention that I would be joining you, did she not? Thank you. Words cannot well express how I long to know more of the First. This road in Minfilia has sacrificed so much to save. But come, rest your feet. Tatara should be arriving shortly. And so Minfilia chose to pass on her gifts to the next oracle? There was a girl who thanked her named Reen? To have such a burden thrust upon her as a child, only to embrace it with given the choice. In that respect, they are quite alike. It would seem her legacy is indeed in capable hands. Cecilla, might I ask a favor when you next return to the First? To tell Reen what I cannot. Tell her, thank you. And I would offer thanks to you as well, for staying with her to the end. Begging your pardon, but could I have a word? What's up, guy? Ryol, I hope you're here to tell me you've received word from our helper. I wish. Nay, I've not had a peep out of him, and it's been a good long while now. Too bloody long. On account of which I'm going to sneak over to the border and see if I can't get a signal to him from closer up. But what if they catch you? There must be another way. Well, it ain't as if we can ask Thancred to do it. Sorry, they shouldn't have no trouble picking me way through the Gimlet now that the fighting's died down. Gods know there's enough shadows to hide in. And it beats waiting around here twiddling me thumbs. Any road, I just thought I'd let you know. Now, I'd best be... Ah, I nearly forgot. Carl's at the stones and she wants a word. Something to do with the patients. She was getting ready to examine him again when I left. Uh-oh. We'd best head back then. I'm sure it's important. So much for my lovely little tea time. So as you can see my health, I went ahead and redid the raid, the Paradigm Breach, and I got this. I was kind of hoping for the chest or leggings. The leggings did drop at the very end. Unfortunately, I had already rolled and gotten these, which was kind of a slap to the face, considering these two will take the most tomes to get. Yeah. Well, in terms of armor, the most tomes, the weapon costs the most tomes because you need 1,000. And considering the weekly limit, it takes like about 2 weeks, if not the start of 3 weeks, to get all of what you need. It seems she's still examining them. Oh, I do hope it's nothing bad.
Ara, 来てくれていたのね。
それで皆さんの様子はどうですか？
相変わらず昏睡状態が続いているわ。まるで眠っているように体に異常は見られない。と言いたいところなのだけれど、実は変化の兆しが見られるのよ。
変化ですか？あ、もしかして相談したかったことって。
ええ、そうよ。かすかにだけれど、みんなの肉体に残るエーテル、つまり魂以外の生命力とでも言い換えればいいかしら。そこに揺らぎが見られるの。今すぐにどうにかなるというほどの変化ではないけれど、その揺らぎに個人差があるのが気になるのよ。一番揺らぎが大きいのはサンクレットさん、次いでヤシトラとウリエンジェさん。一方アルフィノ君とアリゼにはほとんど変化はなし。
それって倒れた順ですよね。
その通りよ。つまり魂が分離してから時間が経過している人ほど生命力の揺らぎが大きくなっているってことね。これは推論に過ぎないけれど、魂と肉体の結びつきが弱まりつつあるのかもしれないわ。
大変です。その結びつきが完全に断たれてしまったらどうなるですか？
こんな症状初めてだから確かなことは何も言えないわ。でも決していい結果になるとは思えない。先ほども言ったけれど、まだ揺らぎはとても小さいわ。それに私も魔頭屋様と連携して肉体を保つための努力はしてみるつもりだから、その間あなたには彼らの魂を帰還させる方法を探してほしいの。
No rest for the righteous, eh? I agree, it's me. No rest for the righteous, eh?
二つの世界を救う戦いを終えたばかりだというのに、ごめんなさいね。
でも 探すと言ってもどうやって？これまでも専門家さんたちに力を借りて調べてきたのに、まだ
Hang on,
何
I'll
も
be right back. Apparently my
手が
cat
かり
is
すら
stuck on
つか
something.
めていないんですよ。
I'll let this whole scene play out.
確かあなたの報告によれば、水晶校は召喚者である自らの死をもって賢人たちの魂を原初世界に返すつもりだったのよね。シャーレアンにいた頃のラハ君を知る身としては、その決断に思うところもあるけれど、何にせよ幸いにして彼の命は救われ、結果的に賢人たちも第一世界にとどまることになった。そうなるとやっぱり魂の帰還を実現するには、召喚術の要となっている水晶校の協力が不可欠よ。だからこの肉体の変化に関する情報を携えて、もう一度第一世界に渡り水晶校たちと協議してもらいたいの。もちろん原初世界側からのフォローは徹底させてもらうわ。だからよろしくね。
Well, that was funny. So we have an armoire on the bottom floor in our living room, right? Apparently, I don't know how, but the cat, one of our cats managed to get on top of it, and he couldn't get down. And of course, you know, when I tried to pull him down by stepping on this wooden bench, of course he walks away from me. So we had to kind of like chase him down, and he eventually found his own way back down. But shit, I mean, it's certainly not the first time he's made his way on top of that armoire. Back when we lived in an apartment, he used to go up there quite often. This is the first time he did it here. Did it here at the house, though. All right, so we gotta go talk to the XIV. Alright. Take me away. Hey buddy, I need you to step in gear. Cecily, your return. I hope your time in the source was suitably restful. But of course it wasn't. Go on. The corporeal ether shows signs of instability. By the gods, the possibility never even occurred to me. If you have returned in the hope that my research has yielded a solution, I fear you'll be sorely disappointed. 'Tis but a mercy we have the likes of Mistress Cryo and Master Matoya to keep our friend's body safe while we wrestle with the problem. But they cannot forestall the separation of body and soul indefinitely. Come, the others must be told. So what about Urianger? Oh, there he is. What about Thancred?
失礼、遅くなりました。
あら、サンクレットとリーンも一緒だったのではなくて？
彼らは無の大地に関する調査に注力したいと。急ぎ手が必要な時には呼ぶようことづかっております。
確かに彼らが担う調査も重大事だ。今はここに集ったもので問題を検討しよう。さて、皆にはすでに概要を伝えてあるが、あなたが原初世界で聞いたことを改めて報告してもらっても。
生命力に揺らぎか。
魂であるこちらの私たちには今のところ異常は見られないわね。さりとてこの状態を維持し続けられる確証もない。いずれにせよ帰還方法を真剣に探すべきでしょうね。
あなたにも私の用いた召喚術について一度きちんと説明しておこう。そもそも私は優秀な魔法使いなどではなくてね、大掛かりな術を扱う時にはこの塔の機能とそこに蓄えられたエネルギーを用いているのだ。皆やあなたを呼んだ術も例外ではない。遠い未来で確立され私を第一世界へと送った機能、それを四苦八苦しながら転用した。乱暴な言い方をしてしまえば、世界の壁に対象者だけが通れる穴を開けてこの塔の元へと引っ張ってくるといったものなのだが、あなた以外の皆は想定外の召喚だったため、その穴が完璧には開けられなかったという具合だ。私はもうどんな役目を背負っていても生きることを投げ出さない。あの海の底まで救いに来てくれたあなたに誓って、今回の件だって何が何でも解決法を探してみせる。だがもしそれが間に合わず皆の身に危機が迫るようなことがあれば、当初の方法を選ぶこともためらわないでくれ。いて、いきなり何を。
もしの話でも気に食わなかっただけよ。それで生き延びたって、あの人が悲しい顔するなら最低最悪のやり方だわ。
方々から愛されて大変ね、英雄さん。
はあ。
さあ、そろそろ議論に戻りましょうか。まず検討すべきは、私たちのような不完全な転移の事例ではないと思うの。完全な成功例がこの場にいるんだから。ここで注目すべきは、魂と肉体の転移のみならず、装備や持ち物を含む物質を伴い次元の狭間を超えている点よ。テレポに代表される転移魔法では、自己の延長線上に物質を置くことで転移を実現しているの。その際鍵となるのが、これは自分のものであるという認識よ。
なるほど。つまり私たちの魂を彼女が自分のものだと認識すれば、原初世界に持ち帰ることができると。
それで済むなら話が早いわね。でもそんな簡単に他人をものだなんて思える？少しでも疑念を抱いた瞬間、次元の狭間に放り出されるなんてことだったら、さすがに危険すぎよ。
アリゼ様の懸念はごもっともでしょう。ですが、魂を何らかの物質に収めてしまえば話は別。我らが魔女はそう言いたいのではありませんか。ならば白成績が役立つはず。あの巻はもともとアシエンの魂を捕らえるため作られたもの。より魂の質量が小さい我々であれば収められて当然です。白成績に収められた魂を安全に維持する方法、そして肉体に移し替える方法、この2つを確立できれば原初世界への帰還も叶いましょう。
魂の維持と移し替えか。であれば私からも提案できることがありそうだ。レイクランドの始まりの湖、その対岸にかつてエルフたちが築いた宮殿があってね。光の反乱の折放棄されたようなのだが、そんな場所を根城とする風変わりな雲母の忍者がいるんだ。かつてフップート王国の王宮にも出入りしていた魔導士で、特に魂に関する研究で知られていたと聞く。ここは忍者殿に知恵を借りてみてはどうだろ
もちろん反対する気はないけれど、そんなに名高い魔導士が廃墟で隠れて暮らしてるなんて、よほどの事情がありそうじゃない？
う。おそらくその通りだ。私も数十年前に使い魔をけしかけられて、まともに交渉すらできなかったよ。どうやら相当な人嫌いらしい。だが気難しいイルメグの妖精たちとも縁を結んだあなた方であれば、あるいはと思ってね。場合によっては荒事になるだろうが、ここは一つ忍者殿を訪ねてみようじゃないか。もちろんあなた方さえ良ければだがね。
Sweet. All right. I don't need any of this food. I'll take the silver pieces. Grand adventure. The Grand Cosmos, that is the palace we seek, stands on the opposite shore of the source. I will arrange for a boat to carry us there. While it's not journeying us thither, I think it best that I devote my energies to the creation of White Orsite, but I leave, of course. To process requires no small amount of time, and should the Nemo consent to lend us their aid, we will have need of a suitable vessel ere long. Agreed. Then I would ask the rest of you to meet me in Sullen. And do be prepared for a warm reception. Why is he referring to the source? Shouldn't it be the first? Oh, whatever. Where am I going? Where the hell is the Sullen at? Again? Oh, it's in Lakeland. Fort Job, huh? Okay. Away we go. Whee! All right. All right. Where'd the okay? Oh, where'd all these quests pop up out of? Hello? Oh, I don't feel like doing them. I'll do them at some other point in time. I hope I should get them out because I don't like seeing all these things on my map. As I told you before, I scarcely set foot in the palace grounds when I was set upon by our host's familiars, and I expect our reception today to be no different. Which is why I propose we march through the main gate, weapons drawn. I'm sorry, but are we not here to petition for assistance? You can't honestly think barging in looking for a fight was going to persuade him. Actually, I believe the XIV may have the right of it. They have no doubt poured a great deal of time and energy into their creations. Or I them, I should be most interested to meet those who would overcome my defenses. That's what any true seeker of knowledge, and there's little we can say or do to convince them to help us if we know nothing of their character, nor less why they chose to hide themselves from the world. But if we can seize their interests, mayhap we can earn ourselves an audience. Weapons drawn it is then. Though I must say, XR, you certainly seem to be enjoying all this. Do I? Well, I will not deny that I enjoy the thought of fighting alongside you all rather than pacing around about inside Crystal Tower. You both seem to be rather in high spirits if you ask me. Not that I'm surprised. Your moods invariably improve when Cecil's around. What exactly are you implying? She averted a calamity, and the light which seemed destined to consume her has been extinguished. It is only natural that we'd be pleased to see her. Yes, but we have plenty of time to celebrate her good health after we finish here. Of course. Then let's proceed to the palace. The Great Cosmos! Alright, as like before we got the trust system. The trust system is tied to all the story related dungeons. Dungeons like the twinning and the academia, those aren't trust. Are they trusts? I don't think. Let me see. Are those trusts? No. Okay, nice. So it's just the story related dungeons. But yeah. You had to have them leveled because they don't level with you this time. Oops. It's fine. I don't want to use the trust system anyway. It takes too long. Maybe I'll use the trust system when I get to level in the DPS? Who knows? Ooh. Hello. This is actually a pretty neat dungeon. Alright. Should you out at your lies, you will quit this place at once, and I'll be gone with you. I'm used to the big pulls in this place, so I know what to expect. Bring onto them a swift demise. I'm gonna call it make the mess of my floors. Swish and flick, my lovelies. Swish and flick. I call for blades to run them through. What? If you insist on making a mess of my palace, then you'll leave me no choice. Come, my lovely, there's filth that wants for cleaning. such pernicious stains you are. No matter. Oh, I don't be here. Alright, what did he say? Unsufferable the lot of you, I'll spare you, but only this once. So you press onward? How foolish. I should have greeted those for Doma. I conjured forth the Garden's wrath. Hold them fast with thorn and vine. Let unseath! These Koreans have sowed the sanctity of your garden. They must be dealt with. Come then, little ones. Let me show you the delights of my garden. Grow, my children, grow so in the glory of your splendor. No, that's like right on the line. I'm surprised that didn't grow. I think we're on the line between being in the grass and being on the wasteland. Shall bloom again. The garden is ruined, ruined! Mark my words, you will pay for this. The garden's fine. I summoned thee from flesh to stone. I'll just keep guessing die on you. With wings of dreams to grind their bones. Why do you persist? Will you not leave me be? No. I need your assistance. Knights immortal, heed my call. And by King's judgment see them fall. I'm gonna topple your king! Holy shit, the guy recovered a lot of health. The samurai got too close too early. I see you cannot be dissuaded from your misguided path. A pity. You've sold these halls long enough. Come, Lucas, our guests won't yet want for company. Ooh. All right. I think Asa's trying to explain how the fight goes for my benefit. Yep. I appreciate the gesture. Go, Lucas. Turn them to ash. I care not how. I appreciate the gesture. I know what I'm doing. Yes, set them as light with your undying flames. Burn bright so they are not with but cinders. Alright. I don't want to be here. I got smited. Alright. Yeah. Well, right in the middle of that. I was close to that AoE line. There we go. Easy. Flame Man is down. What now, Mr. Solitude? Alright. Kinda want these rolls. The gear for Noma and music rolls, because why not? I'm assuming someone rolls. Come on. Roll for the gear. I don't know why people take forever. People do this to wait it out. Mine! Both are mine. I don't know why people have to, you know, clock out the damn loot.
なんともはや自慢の使い魔までもが倒されるとは。
Oh. It's true form.
「宮殿に住まいし忍者レイクラグ殿とお見受けする。あなたにとって我々は招かれざる客なのだろう。少々手荒な歓迎を受けたもので無礼を承知ながら全力で応じさせていただいた。だが戦いは本意ではない。私たちは助力をお願いすべく訪ねてきたのだから。
お願いだと。
そう、私の仲間たちの命を救うため長年にわたり魂の研究をしてきたあなたの知恵をお借りしたい。そのお願いに来たのだ。
お願い。なんとも抗いがたき甘美な響き。その言葉を投げかけられたくないがゆえに、こうして人里離れた廃墟に移り住んだというに。いや、ダメだダメだ。わしは人の悪意に絶望し、生涯お願いなど聞かぬと心に誓ったのだ。
対価の収集家たる猛族が取引を拒むからには相応の理由がおありなのでしょう。ですが重ねてお願いさせていただきたい。私を含めて幾人もの命が関わる事案なのです。どうか 話だけでも聞いてはいただけないでしょうか。
Mental breakdown.
話だけ。本当に話を聞くだけ。それくらいなら。いや、やっぱりダメだ。誓いを立てたのだ。よりにもよってお前たちはわしの知恵を求めているのだろう。かつてわしが裏切り者の宮廷魔導士に知恵を貸したばかりに多くの犠牲が出たのだ。お前たちはあの恐ろしい事件を知らないからやすやすと知恵を借りたいなどと言えるのだ。
If he was all you want, we won't lie down and accept defeat.
Ko 何度もお願いされてはどうにかなりそうだ。よかろう。いいか、ちょっと話を聞くだけだぞ。相応の対価を必ず支払うのだぞ。
釣り合いの取れた対価を支払うと約束しよう。それではぜひ私たちと共にクリスタリウムへ。少々込み入った事情となるが話を聞いていただきたい。
I mean, what's wrong with here? I was like, there's no one around, right? As far as I know. This place is pretty secluded. There you are. The others have gone ahead. There you are. The others have gone ahead to the Crystal Tower with Beck Lug. For the record, I truly wish we hadn't had to resort to using such words and treating with them. I have ever sought to convince, not compel. Yet I cannot deny that a part of me is glad yonder shared his knowledge than the Mo with us. Had he not, Beck Lug wouldn't be here. Speaking of whom, we should hurry. To keep our guests waiting would only add insult to injury. Oh, so you can do a trust. So I guess I guess you have to actually complete the dungeons. Oh wait, never mind. Never mind. We mustn't dally here any longer, Cecila. If Beck Lug is to hear the truth of our travails in the first, you of all people should be present. Alright. Take me away! Take me away!
お主たちが夜に闇を取り戻していったとは。それに加えて異界からの来訪者だと。
古の時代に分かたれた13の共造世界、そして過去7度発生した霊災による世界の統合。これまで語った言葉に嘘偽りはないと誓おう。とはいえそう簡単に信じられる事柄でもあるまい。ただ魂について長年にわたり研究してこられたあなたなら、彼らの魂がこの世界のものと根本的に異なることがお分かりになるのではあるまいか。
確かにざれ言と退けたくなる話だが、なるほど。よくよく注意して観察してみれば、魂の濃さも尋常でなく、肉体を持っておらぬこともわかる。特にこちらの御人は一段と濃い魂をお持ちだ。しかも肉体も仮初めのものではなく本物であろう。ふーん。
繰り返すが、彼ら異界からの来訪者の協力なくしてこの世界に夜闇を取り戻すことはできなかった。その恩に報いるためにも、是が非でも無事に元の世界へと帰還させたい。どうかご助力願えないだろうか。
話を聞くだけのことに対価を求めはしたが、今聞いた情報だけでも十分すぎるほどの価値があろう。何より光に覆われた空に闇を取り戻してくれたというなら、なるほど、確かに恩に報いるのが筋というもの。
では
我が知恵でよければ喜んでお貸ししよう。ただし老いぼれゆえに新たな研究を始めるとなると一人ではいかんともしがたい。調査やら実験やらで手を借りることになるが構わんな。
もちろんです。これは私たち自身の問題。当然手となり足となり働かせていただきましょう。
All right, success. That was easy. All right, so what do I need to do? You've spun quite a tale, but tell me, have you given any thought as to how you might return to your world? The white auracite, you say? An intriguing proposition, but one which fails to account for the present state of your souls. They have become highly charged, likely as a consequence of having maintained a tangible forms for so long. In such an energetic, unstable state, there's no telling what may happen to their souls within the auracite. They could very well become immutable to transference, never to be restored to their bodies. Then, would it be possible to force our souls into a state of dormancy prior to transference? In theory, yes, but the soul is not accounted to be snuffed out and relit on a whim. Well, that sounds ominous. What exactly would be running our souls dormant entail? In order to maintain a corporeal form, your souls constantly draw ether from your surroundings. This process must be halted and the resulting surfeit of ether removed. Your minds would ultimately be separated from these faux bodies of yours, rendering you incapable of interacting with the world around you. A cruel fate under normal circumstances, but one which will be rectified upon your return home. Leaving lifeless husks, like those poor souls at the inn at Journey's Head, corrupted by the sin eaters, their ether made stagnant by the light. Corrupted? Stagnant? Might I see these unfortunate individuals? Why? Do you think that you may be able to help them? I might, or I might not, but I shan't know for sure until I have seen their condition firsthand. Well, then I would be glad to take you to them, on the understanding that you won't do much. You won't do anything with which might increase their suffering. It was my faith in man I lost, not my compassion. Well, I see no reason for all of us to accompany you. While you escort our guests to the inn, I will assist Urianger in creating the requisite aura site. I believe my talents will be better applied to that endeavor as well. Might I leave the three of you to assist Beck Lug as necessary? Let us make for Amarang then. Alright, let's do it. Journey's Head, here we go! So this is Hallwork, is it? Yeah, this is etheric balancing perilously toward the light. Towards stasis. What do you suppose will happen to him? Not too bad, are you, boy? Same as all the poor souls corrupted by the light. He will become a sin eater. You don't know that. We've defeated the Warrens and banished the light from the night sky. Hallwork was completely unresponsive before, but now... I mean, he's still unresponsive, but he's saying stuff. Then perhaps there is yet hope. If I may, there's a treatment I wish to administer to the patients. What sort of treatment? In the course of my studies of the soul, I once created a tonic which could temporarily stimulate the ether in one's body. After some refinement, it can be used by the Knights of Volbert. Then for far darker purposes. Unless it fall into the wrong hands, I swore never again to make it, but for their sakes, I will break that oath. It is not like to reverse the stagnation, mind you, but it should offer some measure of relief. Alright. There you go. Take some of this. How do you feel? No effect. Great. What about you? What is this warmth I feel in my chest? Oh, it affected him. What about you? Whoa! I feel warm. My legs, they don't feel as heavy. Ooh, at least it affected 2 to 3. Now then, have you noted any change in the patients? A notable rise in body temperature and increased motor function. In most of the patients, at least. The most severely affected showed no response. As I feared then. 'Tis true that with the restoration of night, the corrupting influence of light will no longer grow. And yes, their bodies will naturally return to equilibrium given time. But this holds true only for their corporeal ether. Their incorporeal ether, that of the soul, is not so easily mended. Which is why those in the later stages of corruption, like Hallwork, appear unaffected by your tonic. Precisely. The boy's soul is too far gone, his mind held together by the finest of threads. There is a chance he may one day recover, of course, but it could take years, decades even. But the gods, he could wake to find himself an old man. A fine reward for his persistence. The opportunity to mourn the life he never had a chance to live. No, there must be something we can do. Look, I realize this is not why we petition your aid, but do you think it is possible we can find a way to hasten the recovery? Maybe. Nor do I think it impossible that in treating them we might learn something relevant to your own predicament. Ooh. Alright. What's on his mind? I suspect the Crystal Ektarch has told you of my past. That I was once a mage of the Royal Court of Volbert, and that soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administer to the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hope to do great things for the kingdom. But in the end, my knowledge brought only suffering, a plague like the one which I had never seen. In the hands of unscrupulous men, what should have been my greatest triumph became my greatest shame. And now you have the chance to redeem yourself. That I do. A comforting thought indeed. But let's return to the task at hand. Finding a means by which we might revitalize these people's incorporeal ether. Do you think it can be done? Were the sky still ablaze with primordial light, I would call it an exercise in futility. But now I may have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail conjuring of a familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the ether revitalizing magics we will ultimately employ. If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it is that needs to be done, if that's all the same to you. Whatever reagents must be procured or spells invoked, I'll do it. I admire your spirit. Very well. Your first task will be to gather the necessary materials. The purest of waters and finest of clays, as well as a fairy lantern brimming with pixie magic. If you're convinced the resulting familiar could help the patients, fine. Off note, the water and clay will be simple enough, but I think you know what we have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean. The pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humor them for our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help us. He's not thrilled about it. Fine. I'll pay a visit to Ilmag, though I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fae folk. While you're about it, seek out the Nemo of Plot Any. They may be able to supply with water suitable for our needs. Right, let's get this over with, shall we? What about me? There still remains the matter of the clay. Might I prevail upon you to find it? Clay from Amarane would likely be best. Know of you anyone who might be able to assist us? I could ask the miners over in Twine. They might know. Yes, they'll be able to point you in the right direction, I'm sure. While you and the other twins are occupied, I'll see if there's aught else I can learn of the stagnation which afflicts the people here. Let's go pay our buddy Magna a visit, shall we? Magna. Why do you say Magna? It's Magnus. Or Magnus. Hey, buddy. It's been a while. Cessla, whoa, what a coincidence. You've come at a good time. We've just this moment finished preparing the Talus and trial you lot took to Nabath Orang. The trial was no trouble, but the Talus would have been another matter had we not had a visit from Master Chai. He offered us a share of the leftover building materials from Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man, that Chai News. He seemed pretty keen on the ideas I had for putting that giant Talus to work. Like a giant trolley. But Magnus still refuses to see all the good we can do with it. You're entitled to your dreams, Jarek, but that doesn't mean you can go harassing our guests with them. Master Child is just being polite. And something tells me Cessa here didn't come all this way to talk about Charlie's. What does he need, friend? I need some clay. Do you know of any? I see. And this familiar requires clay from Amarang. Oh, look no further. If anyone can find you some quality clay, it's us. Saying that, it is exactly a comedy nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or other, waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from Mount Byron mines to make adobe bricks. Place is swarming with coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than to look there. All right, let's go check it out. It's a sandstorm going around here. Better cover your eyes, wear goggles, one of the two. Oh, I flew over the point. Alright, where am I going? There's one. Any more around this rock wall? No? Okay. What else is around here? Aha! Coyotes! Oh. Alright, back to Journey's Head. Oh, they're back already. That was fast. The twins would return in one piece at that. I was convinced the pixies would at least turn one of them into a garden ornament. But no. You have the clay, I take it. Wonderful. We need to combine the clay and the water and the heat of the mixture with the Fey lantern. After that, it'll be a simple matter of settling upon a suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. Backlug, I have a question. In the event that we had need of the spell and you weren't around, would it be possible to perform another incantation? Assuming they possess the requisite skill, yes. Harak and the others have suffered so much, and I swore to everything in my power to save them. If there's a chance the spell could do that, I would be the one to invoke it. Maybe you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state, combined with a strong desire to help them, can drastically increase the magic's effect. And you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are few and all in Orvon more dedicated to finding a cure. Is it not so, Cecila? And she's the best woman for the job. I'll give it my all. For Halric. For Tesseline. Then we are all of a mind on the matter. Alize shall be the one to encounter the familiar.
それでは始めるぞ。これまで集めてきた素材をすべて砕いて混ぜ込んだ粘土は用意できておるな。ふむ、よかろう。ではそれを豚の形にこねてみせよ。とびきり可愛くな。
Oh boy.
わかったわ。
Does she have any artistic talent? Well, we'll have to find out.
できたわよ。
That is not a porksy at all. What the fuck is that?
アリゼ、君の作品は昔から独創的。
ちょっとそこ笑うんじゃないわよ。よいよい、出来の良し悪しは関係ない。この潰れたプリンのような代物を術者であるお主がとびきり可愛い豚であると認識できておればいいのだ。全くフォローになってないんだけど。良いかね。魔法とは空想を現実へと変換する術のことだ。それゆえ術者の認識が重要となる。イメージさえ強固であれば見た目に惑わされる必要はない。よくよく覚えておくのだぞ。さあ、教えた通りの術式で粘土の豚に魔力を注ぐのだ。
Alright, let's see if we can actually get this thing turned into an actual porksy, shall we? And not some grotesque thing of reality.
豚は飛ばず、土は起きず、命分かたれぬのが断りなれど、我が生命の力よ、今ひととき断りより離れ、空飛ぶ豚とならん。
There's the porksy. Much better.
ふむ、なかなかの出来ではないか。ではこの使い魔を用いてハルリクトやらの魂の活性化を執り行うぞ。さあ、患者をここへ。さて、アリゼよ。お主が作った使い魔にはすでに魂を活性化させる一種の強化魔法が備わっている。あとは自身の魔力を注ぎ込みながら心に決めた使い魔の名を呼んでやるだけだ。この子の名前。うん、決めたわ。やってみる。行きなさい、アンジェロ。
See if this works. Ah! He's trying to speak. Oh. Success? How's he, Beglug? Did it work? I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. Gods, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. We're so close now, Halric. As you are even now in the process of discovering this magic asks much of the Invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true for the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have the utmost confidence the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the reanimation of the stagnant soul has been most enlightening. I'll need time to put my theories into the proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect. That is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling our safe transfer back to the source via aurasight. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. Beglug said when the soul is rendered dormant, their mind is separated from the body, that a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that not sound like the tempered back in the source? Not really. It's the fate of the most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in a handful of cases. Or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who could desperately use such treatment. Oh, Gaboo! Exactly, his condition is uncannily similar to Hallmark's, is it not? The only difference being that the soul is fused with earth aspect to ether instead of light. It follows that if the soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation, there may be a chance we can save him. Right? Forgive me, but who is this Gaboo fellow of whom you speak? I see. His condition does sound similar, yet there is much and more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say this not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is delicate work we do here. Work requires patience, requiring patience. Of course, as long as there's hope for the patients here, I'll devote whatever time is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend that time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angela and continue with her treatment. The two of you should return to Crystarium with Beglug and see if you can't make some headway with with their newly possessed. What kind of word is that? Possessed theories. I will tell you to rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. The fire of youth. Let's return to the Crystarium then. Finally, I found you! What's going on, guy? What the hell are you doing over here? Kaishir? What are you doing all the way out here? There's trouble back in Yulmore. Lady shines beside herself, sighing, pacing the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent. I take you out we return to Crystarium alone. Go on then. If it's not as if I have anything for you to do. Thank you, Beglug. Great, what's going on now? Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future Yulmore's at stake. A little dramatic.